Kerrie Stanley.
And I'm Dolly Diamond.
And welcome once again to Kerrie and Dolly's house party.
Oh, I'm excited. Are you ready?
I was born ready.
Yes.
I may or may not have been dropped on my head, but, we're here.
Is that true?
No.
I was.
What?
I was.
Were you really?
I was dropped on my head. Yes.
That explains a
A little bit, doesn't it? But I was dropped. My mother, when she was pregnant with me, this is a true story. When my mother was pregnant with me, she was at the top of the stairs. And she fell down the stairs. And she tumbled, it was awful. I mean, I was there, but I don't remember it, And when she got to the bottom of the stairs, she hit her head on the radiator. And my dad always said that is why Dolly was born a boy-girl. Which, in the current climate, is all right, isn't it? I mean, we're accepting of everyone.
And you've had years and years and years of therapy, but you're all good.
Not enough. Not enough. I am, but I'm happy. And that's the way to look at life, isn't it?
Well, welcome.
Isn't it? I think it is.
Joyous and joyful and fabulous, and here we are, and here you are.
Oh.
So, hello everyone. How are you going out there? It's Tuesday night. It's
winter.
It's winter here. Not if you're in North Queensland or on the other side of the world.
No.
Let us know where you're watching from.
London, we've been going global a while, haven't we?
Yes.
Been around the world, but we love it wherever you're watching, and we love getting a little message from you as well. We love that. We need that.
Absolutely. And this week we are chatting about it's National Volunteers Week. So if you yourself are a volunteer, we'd love to hear from you. Where do you do your time and what you love, or if you have some services that look after you. Join us with the comments. We're on across all the pages.
Oh, well, what are we on?
We are on
Valium, Rohypnol, a little bit of red wine. No, we're all over Facebook. We love it. We love the Facebook.
We're on the, obviously, Kerrie and Dolly page, The Real Dolly Diamond, Joy FM, Midsumma, hello.
Yes, MQFF, and it's quite, oh no, they only do Thursdays.
And of course, Joy TV on YouTube. So hello to everyone watching, wherever you are. We've got a big night, as always, coming up.
Oh, whopper. Right between your eyes. But we wouldn't do tonight without Judy in the newsroom, would we?
Absolutely not. It's a staple. We love Judy. We love her coming to us live from her bedroom.
Thanks, Kerrie. Thanks, Dolly. Good evening. I'm Judy Kelly from Joy News for Kerrie and Dolly's house party with an optimist's bent on what's making news this week. First, Australia's COVID-19 curve is staying flat despite the recent easing of restrictions. The total number of active cases nationwide is 551, predominantly from New South Wales and Victoria. Every other state and territory has fewer than 15 cases. The Victorian Government is providing $820,000 to support the mental health and well-being of LGBTIQ communities. Switchboard Victoria, Thorn Harbour Health and Drummond Street Services will receive funding for the increased demand for counselling and support services. The Pride Cup, Celebrate Ageing and Joy 94.9 will also benefit with support for community connection during the coronavirus pandemic. The Western Australia Health Department will review the wait time for gay and bisexual men to donate blood. The current blood service policy has been in place since the AIDS crisis and requires an abstention from sexual activity for 12 months before donating. In April, Australia's Therapeutic Goods Administration recommended reducing the wait time to 3 months. The Victorian Pride Centre has announced the Next Generation Pride initiative, directly addressing the needs of young LGBTI people. The centre will work with -18 to ensure the project delivers its objective for safe and welcoming spaces with access to strong peer and community networks. The project is funded by a $130,000 grant from Gandel Philanthropy. A Queensland street food market has applied some glam in adapting to the coronavirus restrictions in the hospitality sector. The Miami Marquetta Night Market reopened last weekend as a drag queen drive-through, with customers collecting their takeaway orders from the venue's drag bingo hosts, Natasha St. James and Violet Velvet. The market had to reduce staff numbers from 60 down to 9, and this week St. James told the ABC that rejoining the workforce as an entertainer has been good baby steps to an eventual return to business as usual. The British government has given £500,000 to researchers working on the development of a fast, non-invasive method to detect COVID-19 using sniffer dogs. Labradors and Cocker Spaniels will be trained to distinguish the odour of COVID-19 patients from people who are not infected. Biodetection dogs have previously been trained to detect certain cancers, Parkinson's disease and malaria. And finally, a follow-up on a story from last week. Football clubs have been filling their stands with cardboard cutouts of fans in order to improve the atmosphere for players playing to empty stadiums. However, one Korean club has had to apologise after fans noticed what looked like sex dolls in the seats. FC Seoul says they are premium mannequins, though they were from a supplier that also produces sex toys. Unfortunately, some of the premium mannequins were also holding signs advertising X-rated websites. That's the latest from Joy TV News. I've been Judy Kelly. Now it's back to Kerrie and Dolly's house party.
Oh.
Judy always comes up with the goods.
I mean, one day we'll have Judy right there or somewhere, won't we?
Yes, when we can, absolutely.
I wonder, does she have a full body, or is she just... it was all we get is that.
That's a little small bit.
You know, just a stump. Our little stump, though she is, and we love her, don't we?
Absolutely.
We love her.
So, who have you got watching from your
In Geelong, the lovely Carol is watching, and obviously Geelong, I love Geelong. We've got the piano bar in Geelong. I don't know why we're not doing a link up with them because, I mean, they are wonderful. They're the piano bar in Geelong, but hello, Carol.
We've got Stephen from Adelaide. Hello over there. And apparently we're on Travis's big screen in Sydney.
Oh, I'm worried.
Do we look good?
I hope so.
But thank you everyone for watching and tuning in tonight. What are you doing in your neighbourhood apart from watching us? Is it cold? Is it nice? What are you doing? This is a show for the people.
We don't want it. It's yours. Wherever you are around the world.
Yes.
What about our community darling, though? Dean Arcuri, we send him out, don't we?
We do. He's a very busy man. I think he's been busiest ever. But we want to have a chat to him. Yes,
are you there, Dean?
Hello, my lovelies. How are you?
Oh, good, Dolly. Managed to get all the glitter out of that beard.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Is it in the bed? It's everywhere.
It's all around the house, unfortunately, but I've gotten it off my face, so that's something.
Yes,
you're looking the goods tonight too, Tom.
Yes.
Looking the goods.
Look, I've been in my comfortable butterfly moo-moo, just being comfortable at home. I'm keeping myself warm in this lovely rainbow blanket.
It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. Did you knit one, pearl one yourself, love?
And the blanket.
I absolutely could not do this myself. This was a lovely gift I received on Ida Hobbit, so it made me very happy.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Now you've obviously been very busy. What have you been doing?
Look, I haven't stopped. I have been running around like crazy. Ida Hobbit virtually. You think that means we've been relaxing a little bit more last Friday? Nah, that absolutely wasn't what happened. I've run around like crazy, but I haven't left my house. I've nearly got the house clean as well, Dolly, which is very exciting.
Oh, really?
Where have the rats gone? Where have the rats gone?
Did you hear we all collectively go,
We
weren't proof.
Yes. Well, it looks lovely behind you, as it were.
Yes.
Just don't look any lower, I think, and then we'll be fine.
We never will. We never will.
Keep it clean. Keep it
Let's
tight.
always make that arrangement. All right, listen, it was only a brief one. Obviously, we're going to watch your community darling piece right now. We love you, team.
Bye, lovelies.
Bye, doll.
Happy Ida Hobbit Day from the Curry Pride family. Yeah.
Well, the theme of this year's Ida Hobbit is Break the Silence, so I thought I'd get out my chainsaw.
This past Sunday, May 17th, was Ida Hobbit, the International Day Against Homophobia, Biphobia, Interphobia and Transphobia. It was a day celebrating LGBTIQ people globally and raising awareness for the work that still needs to be done to support our communities. May 17th this year was also the 30th anniversary of the World Health Organization removing homosexuality from the classification of diseases and related health problems back in 1990. This date is a big deal. The theme for this year's Ida Hobbit, like Rose said, was breaking the silence, which wasn't an easy thing for us to do because we were all physically distancing. But our pride went viral, with events, speeches, celebrations, flag raisings and more hitting our social media hard, shining with a pride that's still continuing with events even today. But I don't know about all of you, but for me, this year it just felt a little weird. Ida Hobbit is one of the busiest days of the year for a busy homosexual like myself, because I'm trying to get to everything, whether it's to take pictures of a flag raising and have some rainbow cake, or see a friend give a talk at an event and have some rainbow cake, or sing a song at another event and have some rainbow cake, or just catch up with people and have some rainbow cake. But it wasn't just my sweet tooth that was missing out. It was connecting to my communities and coming together, standing side by side with pride. And that got me thinking, this is something that LGBTIQA+ people who live in regional spaces probably experience all the time. Many of us jumped for joy when we heard we could start visiting other people in their houses again, because for us, that's a 5-minute trip. But in regional spaces, the isolation and physical distancing is just their day-to-day, which is why expressions of pride over Ida Hobbit are so very important. From the Bass Coast to Ballarat, from Daylesford to Mallee and more, they did their bit to remind their communities, even though they're feeling further isolated at the moment, that they aren't alone. One such great event was Geelong Rainbow Inc., throwing a special Rainbow Hour of Power at Piano Bar Geelong with conversations, drag shows and more.
I rang Aaron, it was only a week ago, and I said, hey, I've got this crazy idea. What about we do something, an hour of Rainbow Power and just try and do some performances, a bit of storytelling, a bit of sharing and talk about our experiences. And yeah, I don't know how, but we just pulled it together. I mean, they've been doing night after night. They've got all the technology and everything. So we just pulled a team together kind of last minute and said, hey, this is what we want to do. And everyone just jumped on board with it. Talking about isolation in regional areas, it's been a tough time for a lot of our community down here in Geelong. Our community, the LGBTIQ community, that is our chosen family, So to have that connection is extremely important.
From one regional area to another, Gippsland Pride used Ida Hobbit to relaunch their Pride Gala, which would have been this coming weekend, and has now been moved to later in the year, to November.
The Gippsland Pride Committee kind of got together and we thought, now's the time, for hope and for a bit of a light at the end of the tunnel. We're starting to see things lift and shift, and why not, a week from what would have been, send out a new date so we've got something to look forward to on the most appropriate day to celebrate that, really. So we thought the timing was pretty spot on, and now's the time more than ever to connect. So having a bit of a date in mind that we can all look forward to and plan around, for many reasons, for Gippsland in particular, was really important right now. I think when you're in a regional area, it's already hard as a baseline to connect with other LGBTQI people. But then on top of it, you add this extraordinarily crazy thing that's happened to us all. We couldn't think of a better way to throw a massive party when it's safe and comfortable for all of us to do so and bring us all back together. Like a lot of regional areas, we're remote. We're a bit removed from metropolitan Melbourne. But uniquely, I suppose, Gippsland makes up a quarter of the state of Victoria. And that's very, very easy to forget. There's this continual pressure on top of, normal remote living in Gippsland, but the geography of it is quite unique in that it's so far breadth, from the doors to Gippsland in Warragul right through to Eden and East Gippsland. You're talking hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of kilometres.
Like so many of our regional LGBTIQA+ groups and organisations, they're connecting to their communities across massive boundaries and kilometres, and the isolation we've all been complaining a little bit too much about on social media is their day-to-day. That's why it's important for us to start thinking now about how we can share in their pride and support them as restrictions continue to lift. Whether it's hopping in the car and driving to Out in the Open in Shepparton, or to the Gippsland Pride Gala or more, it's important we reach out and let our regional communities know that they're not alone. In fact, Caitlin said it best to me herself when we were talking about the Gippsland Pride Gala and the Pride Cup roller derby match they're holding in November.
Go and invest in a local store, buy some fruit and veg, visit the local businesses, stay at a local Airbnb, We're hoping with the good weather comes an opportunity to enjoy our beautiful region. So we're really hoping with enough notice, everyone coming up to join us for the queer event of the year will hopefully also enjoy our region.
Oh, look, I know we can't wait to get out and about.
No.
But the people have spoken, but I'm going to ask Darcy to turn the speaker down because all I can...
Because we've got Luke Gallagher clicking, which is even better than the speaker. You may
Jason.
remember Luke, he's in every episode. If he's not laughing,
He's the one laughing in the
clicking,
background, our
yes.
executive producer.
Oh,
that's
works
all right.
so
See,
hard.
it's live. It's so live.
This is real.
But the people have spoken. We all want rainbow cake.
Yes.
So thanks for that.
Where is
Dean.
Dean? He's not arriving, is he?
No,
Oh,
bring cake.
bring cake.
I do want to read out a little message from Ali Clinch, watching from Queanbeyan. I had to ask how to pronounce that.
You've got it very good.
Thank you. Big fans of Gillian Cosgriff, who's coming up soon. But I want to say my 5-year-old just wanted to say hello and asked if we are neutered. Yes, hun, we are muted.
I thought you said neutered.
Yes, she did.
She
She
did.
did.
No,
neutered. I know.
I'm on the cusp.
Well, you're
I'm on the cusp.
you're currently sitting in
Well,
the current position.
You noticed.
Well, yes, no,
we
it's
want to say hello to Savannah and Ash. Deb apparently has just done a Zumba class.
Oh,
I know.
that's very energetic.
Very. Just while we were doing this, I don't know.
Do some Pilates.
Hey. We're in a good mood. And it's only Tuesday. It's
I
only
know.
Tuesday.
We've got some great musical guests coming up. But
All on the way, isn't it? Well, you
Yes.
mentioned the lovely Gillian.
yes.
What a voice.
Can't wait
And Michelle Parsons is on the way.
We have a few fans of Michelle's that have tuning in. So hello to all. Thank you for commenting. We see you.
We definitely do.
But who are we speaking to next?
I don't know.
You don't?
No. Who is it?
It's Karen
No,
Bryant.
not. Well, listen. There are many organisations that are the backbone of the LGBTIQ plus community. But my favourite, and I make no secret of it, is Midsumma. The Midsumma Festival. It is led by this woman, and she joins us now. Apparently, are you there, Karen?
Hello.
Oh,
Hello.
there you are, my love. Well, listen, I mean, Midsumma. One night, in our research, we were looking through, and my word, you've done a lot in the very short while that you've been there. But one of the main reasons for getting you on tonight is I know that Midsumma needs money, and I'm going to begin there because why not?
Why not indeed?
Yes.
Yeah, and look, I hate sort of, being there with the hand out. It's a difficult time for so many people. But there's so many great things happening at Midsumma at the moment. We're an organisation that feels like it's been on the up. And in fact, there's a whole lot of activity that we're doing right now in winter, in our out of season time. But I think probably, one of the things that people probably don't realise is, those free events that everyone attends, like Carnival and Pride, cost a lot of money. And
Yes.
we're actually travelling really well right now, but hit 1st of July, we rely very much on donations and the corporate dollar. We don't get a lot of subsidy from the government. And we're looking at about a $500,000 revenue drop on the 1st of July, which is going to hit us pretty hard. So we're kind of, I guess, reaching out and saying to people, particularly, if everybody who came to Carnival and Pride March, just gave us a few dollars, it would actually make a huge difference.
Yeah,
So,
every carnival day I say that. Like
Yes.
every year we go and go, wow, look at these amazing crowds that are here, and it's just really sad to see people that just don't contribute in that way. So, what creative things are you and your team coming up with, Karen, to try and get people over the line to assist? Otherwise, we're just not going to have those events, are we?
No.
Well, that's true. And look, the first thing for us, everything for us is always about our communities. And so, we've actually been really busy trying to do things right now, which we hope will also make people really think about giving. So we've got a mentorship program, Pathways, that's just about to start for members of our community with disability. We've got queer and teen commissions. So a whole lot of work that's going on our website in June. So we've been really, really active. We've just literally today announced a new program that's going to create a whole lot of work for diverse families, particularly members of our communities who've got small children, because there's not a lot of work out there that reflects our experiences. So, we've been trying to do, really be active and delivering for our communities first and foremost. but then sort of saying, hey, look, if you have the ability, and we're not asking anyone who's doing it tough, but if you've got the ability and you could sign up and give us a few dollars, and of course, if you do it before the end of June, you can immediately.
Very important, that good old tax deduction, which I think if we play to the corporates in that sense, we get it over the line.
I mean, what is it with the corporate? Is there is NAB involved, or any of the big names involved?
Yeah, look, all of our, NAB's an ongoing sponsor. They're absolutely behind us. There's no question of that relationship changing. But we do have a large number of sponsors who are sponsors year by year. And, they're doing it tough, and they literally just often don't have the dollars available. We've got, you look at the airline industry, you look at the tourism industry, you look at the university sector. There's a lot of industries that, will only be spending money on their basic requirements, which we often, unfortunately, won't, I'm sure they'll come back, but it's going to be a tough time. It's going to be a tough time for a lot of people. And so we're kind of going, if you've ever considered helping out Midsumma, this is the year to do it.
Yes.
I like the patronage system that you have in place. I was having a good read of that, Karen. I think that's a really cool place to, to put yourself out there as well. It doesn't have to be much. I mean, when I first heard that, I went, do you have to deliver big dollars? And I went, no, you don't. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so our patron program, every dollar helps, however small it is. But if someone's willing to give $500 or more, then they automatically become a patron. And what that means is you get annoying little updates from me all the way through the festival. I do basically, and I say annoying with tongue in cheek, because the responses I got from my behind the scenes little, tours around the whole festival and back of house, I guess, throughout the festival, but also our launch is always completely full. It's you can't just turn up. Obviously, our artists and our event producers, but if you're a member of the general public, the only way to come to the launch and get an invite is to be a patron. So our patrons get invited to those. They get special VIP treatment during the festival. Because they're our heart and soul. They basically become part of the Midsumma family, really.
Yes,
I love
it's a
that.
really good night.
Yes.
Isn't it? It's a really good night. If you want Midsumma, if you want these events, then really I think the only way that they're going to go on ahead is by donating a little bit of money. Am I right?
Yeah, look, we've got a big gap. I'm a positive person, so I'm just kind of going, it's going to happen and it's all going to be fine. But the reality is that your $500,000 is a lot to make up.
Yes.
Every little bit's going to help. If we could, spread the load. And as we said before, if every single person who comes to a lot of the free events could just give us a couple of dollars, and they could spare a little bit more, because some people might not be able to give anything, then, I'm sure we can bridge the gap and all get through this together.
Well, and we will certainly do our best to keep that
spread
noise going. Shake the bucket virtually. Yes.
Exactly right. It was lovely that you could join us, and we wish you all the best. We will always go on supporting Midsumma, always.
Thank you. And it's been wonderful to be here, and I love your house party.
Lovely.
I do feel a bit underdressed. I need a little bit of a glitter wall behind me, I think.
Well, you look lovely.
Thank you so much, Karen.
Thank you.
Oh, we need to get behind Midsumma, people.
Yes.
Everyone.
Yes. I want to know what was behind the door, though.
We'll look at that guy.
Door, I don't know.
It's a bit weird, isn't it?
Oh, I love you. Never know what is behind the door. We'll never know.
Let's be like, what's behind that curtain?
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Well, I know what's behind that one. It's bad. Well, that's no, it doesn't matter.
What's wrong with you?
Nate Burns.
Okay, so in our studio audience of one, we have it's a little Fiona Jones, right? Thank you, Fiona Jones. Our darling friend in the show, my darling friend, Nate Byrne, who is our weatherman from ABC News Breakfast, joined. I said, Nate Byrne's here. And Fiona goes, oh my God, the Nate Byrne's.
We love that you're watching.
We thought it was funny.
We did.
I don't know whether it transpired.
It does. You know what, though? What? Nate was on some other show as a guest. Why has he not been on ours? That's what we want to know.
Because we haven't asked him.
Was that it? Is that why?
Yes.
Oh, all right. Well, he did do that lovely weather map. Hello.
He did. Kerrie
That
Dolly
we
everywhere.
loved that.
Well, I'm back there tomorrow morning at 4, so I'll ask him in the morning.
Ask. Wait until a little bit in the day and then ask. We would love you on, Nate. We've got lots of fans out there. We know that, and we want you on, don't
Yes.
we?
You know who also has lots of fans that are watching?
No.
Our first musical guest for the night.
Already.
The fabulous Gillian Cosgriff, who is she's a triple threat. I wouldn't say threat because she's so loving and gorgeous and calls everyone mate, and I love that. But yes, we're going to hear from Gillian, and then we're going to have a chat with her.
Ooh,
So take away
bring
the
it
first
on.
song.
Have you ever felt like this? Have strange things happened? Are you going round the twist? Have you ever felt like this? Have strange things happened? Are you going round the twist? Have you heard the word about the bird and the spider that wriggled and wriggled and jiggled inside her? Well, have you ever felt like this? Have strange things happened? Are you going round the twist? And have you ever felt like this? Have strange things happened? Are you going round the twist? If all the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put me back together again, I'd say rain, rain, go away, come again another day. I can hear myself say, this is not my day. I'm saying, what the hey, you won't believe me any. I can hear myself say, this is not my day. I'm saying, what the hey, you won't believe me anyway. Have you ever felt like this? Have strange things happened? Are you going round the twist? And have you ever felt like this? Have strange things happened? Are you going round the twist? This is a cheeky little children's TV show theme song for you, Round the Twist, which is very bingeable in these staying at home times if you're looking for something to rewatch. I highly recommend watching a kids' TV show that is as strange as the world currently is.
Oh.
God damn, not only
What a voice.
can that girl sing, she's a funny chick.
We love her. We love her. She's with us now, I believe.
Hi, Doll, you there?
Hi.
Hello.
How's it going, mate?
Good, mate.
This is the one, you know what I love about this one? She calls everyone mate. And I love it. I love it. Having looked at your website, and it starts out with, hello, mate. And I'm like, yes. Yes, I'm done with
I
that.
can't remember everyone's name, Kerrie. That's what
Yeah,
it is.
that's it. That's it.
It's a safeguard.
Very good.
Now, you are a very, very busy woman normally in the normal world, but we are in the abnormal world, and we want to know what you've been doing to get by. What have you been doing to look after yourself?
Oh, sure. What have I been doing to look after myself? Carbs on carbs, double carbs, obviously. Stockpiling for the winter, which has been great. Sort of, trying to stay in shape to go back to my job eventually, I hope. Lots of writing. I started doing something amazing. A friend of mine, a guy I went to uni with, started a thing called Apocalypse Portraits.
And they are gold, honey. Well done.
Oh my gosh.
I followed that series. It was fantastic.
Yeah, so it's like an Instagram thing where they give you a theme every other day. And I've taken ridiculous photos and confused my new neighbours. I only moved in 4 days before all this, so they think this is me all the time, which is very exciting. Given a real Miss Havisham weirdo vibe to the building. So, yeah, it's been a treat. Just keeping busy.
Very nice.
When you mention your job, what were you doing when the world came a-tumbling down?
I was being a child witch in Harry Potter and the Cursed Child.
Oh,
Yes.
With the lovely Kerrie doing all my wigs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, that's what I was doing. And, hopefully I will go back to doing once we're allowed to gather in large numbers.
It's going to be a little while though, isn't it, hon?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's a funny old thing, but we're trucking along.
It's all right.
I mean, but isn't that why someone like you, I'm going to use the word lucky, but I mean, for want of a better word, you are able to recreate, you're able to do other things where you live. You can sit there and write. I mean, you can write musicals where you are. I've seen you. And because in that way you are lucky to be creative, even when you're on your own, aren't you?
Yeah, it's actually been, it's kind of funny that this is like an abnormal world. Like, I think there's something really telling about what you choose to do with this time and what kind of happens. And it is very telling to me that in a time where my industry is functionally extinct, I've still managed to completely overcommit myself. So I got kind of a lot of stuff on the go, which I am very lucky. But one thing I think is nice is seeing a lot of, friends of mine that would maybe pigeonhole themselves as just being, just performers, have found kind of ways to do other things in this time and to maybe write or, take ridiculous photos on the street. And so I think that's kind of a nice thing for everybody.
I think as creative beings, you always, no matter what the genre is, you'll find a way to reinvent yourself to fulfill, the creative soul, however that looks. And look, and that could be just making sourdough bread and eating it all yourself. That's all right. Eating all the carbs, so what? But you wrote an incredible opera, and I know that the season was cut short because of it. But I hope that gets a run when we come out of all that. Again, you talented bunny. But we're going to listen to another one of your numbers.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yay. Thanks so much for joining us. And I can't
Thank
wait
you.
to
Nice
see
to see you.
backstage again, whenever that may be. In the meantime, I will see you on your Instagram.
The one and only Gillian Cosgriff. Oh, love you.
If you're anything like me, I've been stood down from my job, and so I'm spending a lot of time at home, and that means I'm spending a lot more time on the internet. Specifically Facebook. I'm spending a lot of time on Facebook. And I don't know what your Facebook feed is like, but mine at the moment is full of challenges. Because obviously people are trying to occupy themselves. So it's full of things like tag 5 friends for 5 days of joy. Or, the 10-day breakfast challenge. Every day for 10 days, post a picture of a breakfast you've eaten with no explanation. Or the 365 days of gratitude challenge, which I think is admirable. It's very important to be grateful. But if your day 17 reads, today I am so grateful for my cashmere bolero, I doubt your motives. And immediately Google what the hell a bolero is. And hashtags that make me furious. Hashtag thinspiration, that's inspiration for thin people. Hashtag fitspiration, that's the same, you just drink more protein shakes. And my personal favourite, hashtag blessed. You guys, we are so hashtag blessed to be here today on the internet for Kerrie and Dolly's house party. Hashtag Kerrie, hashtag Dolly, hashtag Kerrie and Dolly, hashtag house party, hashtag the internet, hashtag you guys, hashtag blessed. Oh. And it makes me hashtag furious. 'Cause lately I've noticed that people want to share words that are positive to show how much they care, to prove how happy they can be, that they've got motivation. Quotes found on the internet to give you inspiration. Shoot for the moon, even if you miss, you'll land among the stars. Well, that's not strictly true, and anyone who says it is can kiss my ass. Any scientist for proof, and I guarantee they'll say that from the moon, the nearest star's about 93 million miles away. If life gives you lemons, you should just make lemonade. Look, let's stop pretending that that's how lemonade gets made. You need some other stuff as well, although the lemons have their use. But unless life gave you sugar too, you're just drinking lemon juice. Inspirational quotes are not always where it's at, even if they're printed on a picture of a really cute kitty cat. And just because that cat says fairy tales come true, remember cats lick their own arseholes and they don't care a bit about you. If inspiration or fitspiration
are your chosen ideals. Then to you I say chocolate and cupcakes and bacon all taste better than skinny feels. Follow your dreams, they know the way. Well, that's a dumb thing to say, because dreams are weird. If I followed mine, I'd be naked at my high school like all the time, being chased by my PE teacher. Keep dreaming, inspiration is fine, just so long as it makes sense. Frankly, Instagram, I think you owe us all some recompense. I've got a new idea for a quote you could design. In a really nice font, it says, sometimes life sucks and that's fine.
Thank you, Kerrie and Dolly.
God, she's so clever. And
very good.
So much love for you, Gillian. I know you're watching, but we've got a couple of comments. Got Ali says COVID-19 the musical. Well, if anyone can write that, you can.
That lady, yes.
From Han, who's been watching every show. Hello and welcome back. Love Gillian, followed her for years. She wrote a song for me and my wife at a show before. So talented, can't love you more. And come back to Cabaret, Jill. We need you.
Oh, we love that.
Heaven.
We love that. Well, listen, what we would really, really love, and we know that money is tight, we're well aware, but we would love it if you would donate to each of our artists. They've got their PayPal details. They're up there. They're also on our social media once this is all over, and it will be over eventually. But make sure you donate, because we'd love that, wouldn't we?
Absolutely.
Love it.
Support our artists, because, you know,
Yes.
they're getting us through it all.
Yes,
you know?
and they're not all getting a lot of assistance, and so what you do is it goes a long way, doesn't it?
It sure does.
My mate from Guide Dogs Victoria is watching, the lovely Karen. Mwah! Obviously, it's a difficult time for everyone, and we realise that. Guide Dogs Victoria, I'm thrilled to be an ambassador for them, and we send our love to them.
And it's also, we've been chatting earlier about, it's National Volunteers Week, and we know that all the volunteers from Switchboard Victoria are watching. So a big hello and a big thank you to all of them, because we are about to speak to your CEO, Joe Ball. Are you there, Joe?
I am there. Hi, Kerrie and Dolly. It's so nice to see you and to be joining you tonight.
Oh, well, I love that shirt.
Isn't that a fab shirt?
I love it.
And I know that you love the show, because we see you joining us, every time. So thank you so much for supporting us. But we're here to chat about National Volunteers Week.
Yes.
And it was a wonderful article that I saw, thanks to ABC, on the Out and About program, which I just loved. And I'd love you to tell us a little more about that, please.
Sure, with absolute pleasure. So for many years now, Switchboard's been running the Out and About program, which is matching LGBTIQA plus volunteers with LGBTI older people throughout Victoria. So, and how we match them is that people are matched based on common interests and what people want out of a match. And it's a friendly visit that takes place. And people normally, before COVID-19, would visit people once a week or once a fortnight, either in that older person's home or in their residential aged care facility. So, and for many people, they've been visiting for a number of years now. However, that's not possible right now to be visiting in person, as we all understand. So with the Out and About, right now, people are doing virtual visits, lots of training of older people in technology, which is, a great skill up. Also some challenges there, lots of letter writing and phone calls.
Oh, I mean, I'm not great on all of those. I don't like it, but I love writing a letter. I mean, that's very old-fashioned, isn't it?
It's wonderful to go back to those skills.
Oh, it really is. I would imagine that over the years, that they've struck up some really good friendships. Absolutely.
And the people, we have volunteers as young as 20 up into volunteers who are in their 70s. So it's a really intergenerational friendship across the ages and across the program. And the other thing we did for people during this time is that from a Switchboard HQ, we also sent out care packages to all our Out and About recipients so that everybody had something nice in their home. And that was right at the very beginning of the pandemic. in late March, and we had our amazing out and about volunteers who came into our Switchboard office and did some incredible social distancing in order to package up these care packages. And they included some, at the time, the hot issue at the time was, it was very hard to get hold of hand sanitizer and toilet paper. So we sent some of that out, but we also sent out some nice things, some treats, some messages of support. And that was an incredibly kind of beautiful moment for our program, and we certainly heard a lot about how our older people really enjoyed receiving them.
Oh, it means a lot, whatever age.
Wonderful.
Doesn't it?
And Joe, just quickly, when we come out of the current climate, will people still be able to interact with the elder community virtually as well? So if someone regionally wants to get them onto the program, can they access that, in the future?
Well, actually, we support people across Victoria. So we have people regionally who we are currently visiting. What we do is we actually support the older people who live regionally, but also the older volunteers, the volunteers who live regionally. So if we're supporting an older person and trying to match them, we're going to match them with someone who actually lives nearby them. So there is actually a lot of potential in this program for volunteers and recipients. The people we visit are called recipients across the state of Victoria. So, no boundaries there. And at the moment, we're supporting over 50 people in the program, and we still have spaces. So if you know of an older person, or you're an older person yourself and you think you would like to be a part of this program, please contact us through our website. We're happy to be matching people at this time, particularly when there is this increased level of social isolation.
Well, it is such a wonderful program. And Joe, we know that you are extremely busy. Thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Thank you very much. And my last word is just to thank all the Switchboard volunteers, because it is Switchboard Appreciation Week. And I just want to say thank you to all our volunteers across all our programs, including our wonderful board members and the volunteers over the last 29 years who've built this service. So
well,
thank you.
I reckon what we need to do is get our community darling along, don't we? We'll get Dean along to do a nice big switchboard expose.
Dean is always welcome at Switchboard. We're a big fan of Dean.
We are as well. All right, my love, all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Love, love, love. I mean, wonderful work, really.
Absolutely. And it was such a beautiful program. Like, when I read about it, I just knew that we had to have a discussion about it, because it is Volunteers Week, and it was just so fitting and perfect. And if you want to see more of that, you can jump onto their website, as Joe said. If you need assistance, you want to volunteer, get amongst it. And that's what it's all about. Our community is getting amongst it.
Oh, the day we're all allowed to get amongst it even more will be just wonderful. Well, not yet, but it's almost, isn't it?
It's coming.
Almost.
Some places
Depending
coming.
where you are in the world, it's all different around the world. But I think we're all doing really well, don't you?
Yeah, I think so. I think at the moment there's kind of conversations going on about having a little bit of online fatigue. I mean, we're a part of it because we're online, so stick with us. Stick with us,
yes,
please.
And we're not in the least bit exhausted. Between us all, we've not had one argument.
No. She's not a good actress, is she? Makes a great singer.
I want to touch you, but I can't. Legally, I'm not allowed. It's got nothing to do with COVID. It's just in our contracts.
Yeah.
We are almost ready for this next performer has been wowing us every Tuesday night, haven't they?
Yes, we love a bit of getting sexy in the kitchen with Sexy Galexy. Cook it up a storm with Kerrie in the Kitchen.
This week we're making creamy pesto stir fry, and I'm going to teach you how to make pesto from scratch. It's so easy, especially with gorgeous fresh ingredients. So we have some fresh basil and parsley, and we have lemon juice, your choice of nuts, nutritional yeast, garlic, salt, oil and water, and that is it. Now, this doesn't have cheese in it. usually has Parmesan cheese instead of nutritional yeast. You can do this any way you like. I will put the amounts in a recipe on the Kerrie and Dolly Facebook page, but I thought I'll just give you a quick do-over of how easy it is. So we'll pop all those ingredients in. Amazing. Let's have a taste. Perfect. The pesto you make at home will be the best pesto you've ever tasted. Now, depending on your flavors, you might want a little bit less lemon. You might want more nuts in it. You might want more greens in it. Now, you can do this with any greens. You can put rocket in it. You can make tomato pesto. You can do anything you like. It's such a great versatile recipe. But this I love. So now we've made that gorgeous pesto, it's time to make our stir fry. So I thought we'd make it, you can make it with anything you want really, but I've got some gorgeous peas, some cauliflower, some broccolini, some zucchini, and some little mock chickeny bits there, and some cream, and a cup of cream. All right, let's take this over to the fry pan. What we want to do here, we want to brown our protein of choice and get that all looking gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. You want to see me flip it? I'll flip it good. Flip it. Flipping it in a good way. You can teach yourself how to flip. So you get everything at one end of the fry pan and it's just a little flick of the wrist. So it's a fun thing to practice at home. It makes mixing everything in a fry pan so much easier when you learn that good old flick of the wrist. We're gonna let that cook and brown. We're gonna let that cook and brown. Now also, if you can't eat onion and garlic, of course you can make your pesto without garlic, and you don't have to put onion in here. Easy. Once you know how, it's very easy to manipulate a recipe to suit any dietary requirements. You don't have to feel like you're stuck in a corner with eating because your body isn't, reacting very well to lots of foods. It's amazing what you can make with the simplest ingredients. And stuff that's just left in the fridge. You can do your old ready, steady cook. It's actually, I enjoy it. I find it very, very fun because I get to be creative with what I've got left in the fridge. And it's a great way to sort of look at it because then food doesn't go to waste. All right, how is that? Oh, look at that. It's browning beautifully. Now we add our other vegetables. Now the broccolini, I use everything from the whole stem. Now we're going to need some water because we don't want the pan to dry up really. So I always like, and it just adds to the juice, and then the steam coming off it also helps cook the food. Now, an easy way to add the pesto in here, so I'm just going to add the pesto to a little bit of water. So it just makes it a little bit runny, so it's easy to combine into the dish. Flip that baby. Doesn't that look delicious? Let's add the cream. Beautiful. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. Smell that gorgeous, creamy pesto stir fry. Delicious.
And I can attest that it was bloody delicious. So not only am I a great co-host, hair and makeup artist and a milliner, also pretty good on the iPhone shooting that stuff.
Oh.
I mean, I learnt the first couple of times my hand was in shot. So
Yes, and 1 out of 3 isn't bad.
not bad.
It looked delicious.
It was so good.
Oh,
he's very good.
that was the last in the current series of that. But back later next week is Mama Alto will be joining us.
Yeah, doing a regular segment for Midsumma. Presenting
Mama's Midsumma Moments
Fabulous.
begins next week.
Amazing.
But we'll always have sexy on a Thursday.
Molly melodrama every Thursday night. But we better get right on the... If you don't know what that is, it'll look a little strange and a little weird. You better watch on a Thursday night. It'll all make sense.
Yes.
Right, we need to get on to our second musical guest.
Well, listen, I've watched this woman perform all around Australia, literally gigs everywhere and online. The absolute darling of the Chill Out Festival. Well, she joins us now via satellite. Are you there? Michelle Parsons. Go to a song, I think.
Well done.
When I wake with no memory, no one to hold, your side of the bed is empty and cold. When my head is pounding to the beat of Jim's drum, 'cause my heart is screaming, and she was the one. What am I supposed to do with all of this pain? I try to drown it out, block it out, it chases me down again. And how am I supposed to feel? Now she's gone for good. No, she ain't coming back. She's done with that. She tried everything she could. What am I supposed to do now? I just can't forget her smile, her eyes and that kiss. I dreamed of a million things, but nothing like this. I should have said I loved her more, and I left her alone. I would have held her tighter for longer if I had known. Now what am I supposed to do with all of this pain? I try to drown it out, block it out, it chases me down again. And how am I supposed to feel? Now she's gone for good. And no, she ain't coming back. She's done with that. She tried everything she could. What am I supposed to do now? She's the sunshine, the rain, the love and the pain, the good and bad, and in between. That girl's everything. What am I supposed to do? She's gone for good. No, she ain't coming back. She's done with that. She tried everything she could. How am I supposed to feel with all of this pain? I try to drown it out, block it out. It chases me down again and again and again.
always is, really, with this lady. The one and only Michelle. Are you there, my love?
I'm here. Hey.
Oh, hello.
Oh, look
you
at that
are representing with
rainbow wall.
Oh, that's to outdo our backdrop.
I like it. Did you build that?
I actually bought it online many years ago, and I really haven't used it. And now we're in ISO, and I'm doing the Facebook Lives. It's been fantastic.
Oh,
perfect.
She blew the dust off it. Yes, absolutely.
What have you been doing on your with your live with Facebook? What's been happening?
Well, I actually wasn't going to buy into the whole Facebook Live thing, and then I did one, just a sneaky one as a bit of fun. And it was the feedback I got from people saying, "Oh my God, you've got no idea how much this means to us to be able to see you." And I was like, "Oh, that gave it a whole different meaning for me." So, yeah, I went ahead and did one Facebook Live, and the same again. All these messages, people saying this is brilliant, particularly from people who actually can't get to live gigs.
Yes.
It's not, So, and I had a patron at that one. I rather say patron than fan. Fan sounds a bit up yourself, doesn't it?
Someone who really loves you.
Yeah. So I had a patron who actually paid me my normal gig fee to do the next one and do a longer one.
Amazing.
So
wow.
Yeah. So and the
You
tip
haven't got
jars
their number, have you?
I do.
Just let me know. DM me.
Well, Michelle, I was reading all about you, and one of the things that you said, you really thrived on an audience. And
Yes.
of course, in this particular time when you have no people in front of you, how are you going? I mean, until you started doing the Facebook Live, is that fulfilling you? Like, I guess
here's the funny thing. People keep saying to me, because I don't know about anyone else, but I'm loving ISO. I could do this 3 months a year. I'm absolutely loving it. And people keep saying to me, but don't you miss the music? I'm like, well, I don't lose the music. And even if I was to give up performing, it's the performing. And so I was like, well, do I miss performing? Yeah, but probably not as much as people think.
Yes.
and I've actually really enjoyed doing the Facebook Lives. I really have. It's different, and I think having done radio and TV performances previously where you don't have an audience in front of you, that certainly holds you in good stead for doing them.
Good training.
The reaction is obviously always going to be different, isn't it? There's no one there to react,
Yeah, and that energy, and you do feed off that energy, and that's the hardest part. The hardest part I've found is you kind of read the audience for what your next song's going to be, and you don't have that. So you probably put a little bit more thought into the songs you're doing, and not so much the dance party tunes, because you haven't got that energy to feed off to do them. Yeah. But I'm loving it.
Will, we've loved having you on. Absolutely wonderful.
Thank you.
And we've got one more number, haven't we?
Lovely.
One
Yes,
more
we
number.
do.
You have.
Yes, what a joy to have you on tonight.
Oh,
Lots
thanks,
of love,
guys.
my darling.
Bye-bye.
Thanks so much.
That was an original song called What Am I Supposed to Do? It was a co-write with a young artist called Caitlin Thomas. I want to thank Kerrie and Dolly for having me on the show. Thanks so much. It's a privilege for you to ask me to be on the show. This next song I've got for you is becoming a bit of an anthem when I play it live. It's a co-write I got to do with the fabulous Lynn Botel, 5-time Golden Guitar winner, or possibly more. Anyway, I said, she said, what sort of song do you want? I said, I'd really like a good country line dancing song for my country band, Sisterville. Anyway, along with a host of other writers, Michelle Chandler, Ryan Dakin, Caitlin Thomas, Mary Harrison, myself, and Lynn Botel, this is the song we came up with.
Sally pulls her boots on, teases back her hair, tight fit, bust, lift a miracle underwear. Sally's 82, she's got it going on. 5 times married, 3 times divorced, but she's still going
boy, yes! That was awesome. I'm like,
Brilliant. She is brilliant.
Amazing.
Brilliant.
The people are loving it too. A couple of little shout outs. Sharon Thomas with that emoji. Yay.
Oh, the
sisterhood.
People's sisters.
Sue Lynch, you rock chick with big love heart. One more song after this. Oh, we wish, but we can't.
No.
From Kelly, Parsons rocks. Casey, lots of love hearts everywhere. Michelle, a great support of Joy 94. That's from Betty. The comments, thick of ours. Thank you so much for joining in the conversation and all the comments. We're reading them, we see them, and
we love them. You know, Michelle loves them, but nothing buys bread and milk like a donation to her PayPal. That would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yes, her PayPal.
know?
There it is. It's on the screen.
There it is. You know, got that mortgage, you know, to pay. But it'd be nice. I think it would be really nice. We are almost at the end of the concert. Just one more hour to go, and then we'll be there. No, but we are next. We're on later in the week.
We are. Two more. Yes, not tomorrow night, but the next night.
No, just one little nap, and then we'll wake up, and then one more, and then but we want to let you know we are bringing on a little a new segment. We're going to be whipping around the country. Yes. Aren't we?
Yeah, so each episode we're going to be jumping into each state and checking in with somebody there that's going to tell us what's going on.
We're going to go to an area that I don't know if you'll know, but we're going to give it a go, aren't we? Where are we going?
Sydney.
Yes.
Woo! Yes, we're going to Sydney. Lovely DJ Dan Murphy will be checking in with us. I mean, I preface his name with DJ. Well, he is. But if I just say Dan Murphy, people just think we're going. That's Fiona Jones going, whoa, think we're just going to the grog shop. No.
Either way, I think they're equally
They're both popular.
Yes.
They're both very popular.
They both go down well. And that'll be this Thursday. And we've got musical performances from Fem Belling and Geraldine Quinn.
It's going to be
I know, it's a whopper.
fabulous. And we're speaking to Anna Brown from Equality Australia as well.
I mean, what more do you want?
More of
us. Thursday. Good night, everybody.
Stay safe. See you Thursday. Good night.